Alright, here we are, and Merry Christmas, everyone. So, what I was thinking of doing for this stream, and I'm hoping that the stream is working for everybody, is to use Word Machine to create some mountains, export that height map, bring it into Blender, and create like a mountain out of that, and use that as a mesh in CryEngine. Hey Oscar, Merry Christmas. I think it turned out okay for my last project. Um, the difference that I'm gonna try and do today is you'll see once we get to Substance Painter is to actually use a detail map because that that mesh for the mountains was using its own 4K diffuse texture, a 4K normal. So it's not very effective. So I'm thinking of generating a detail map again, and going trying to go with one of the rock textures from CryEngine. Doing snow using the vertex paint, so that way we have that blending going on, and seeing how that turns out. We'll have the maps generated through Substance Painter as well, but just to see how it looks, if there's any difference, and I mean, if it looks better the way the detail map, then I'll definitely go for that because it's so much more effective, or more efficient. So here is World Machine. Now I'm not very proficient with it. I know a little bit of it, but you can do some crazy things with it. Some pretty amazing things. So this is how it basically starts off by default. If you look on the 3D view, you'll see it's not a whole lot. Just some terracing going on. Generating it, you can see it a little better because it generates the final output. And yeah, we don't really. I mean, you can do that, sure. If you want to do some canyons and all that, it's probably really nice to have something like this. But what we'll start by doing is I'm going to leave this terracing on right now. Just want to show you something that I like using a lot, and that's these natural filters and, of course, erosion. And there's so many of them that I'm not going to go into it. So even just adding that erosion, you'll notice what the effect of it is, and you just quickly generate this. And you can't see it very well. You see there's like some erosion happening here and there uh, because the resolution is set to 512. So let's bump this up to 1024 and generate this again real quick. Erosion takes a long time, so for this stream I'm not going to do the 8K map that I had done for my previous project, but I will do at least 4K. It's going to take maybe 1 or 2 minutes to generate that. So there we go. You can see like erosion happening here. So if you plan on doing some kind of terraced type terrain, there you go. Uh, the reason I want to do this via a mesh, not the terrain tool, is that I think it might be, I don't know if it's faster, it might be, but the detail you get out of it is probably a lot better, at least for me. So let's get back into it. I'm going to remove the terracing because I don't really see a lot of that happening on a mountain. So right now we have the advanced purlin, erosion, and height output. Now let's create that mountain. There's a couple of ways to do that that I was able to explore. One of them was a layout generator, and I'll probably use this. The simpler way, the faster way, is to do a radial grad. So if you use a radial grad, and let's drag this into height field, and I think I also need to drag this into the mask input. So you already have a mountain, and then if you add erosion to it, and Let's take a look at it in 3D. Doesn't look very impressive right now, but let's run. I can't remember what this is called. It's like a generator or something. So there you go. You can see some erosion happening. It's not very strong though. Let's go back and make sure that I've selected the height output, and let's go back into 3D. Try to do it again. Yeah, apparently that is it. That's like the default erosion that you see there. So let's go ahead and tweak this a little bit. So you got standard erosion, and let's do a channeled erosion. And I think we can also use some of the presets here. So you can't really see in this little thumbnail, but there's stuff happening there. And of course, you can go crazy with this kind of stuff. And I haven't explored it as much, so I won't do too much to it. Alright, so let's go back into the 3D view and press build. There you go. Now we actually have some erosion happening here. And yeah, the shape of the mountain is not very exciting. I know that. But I mean, for our needs, it's probably gonna have to be good enough. All right, so let's try and you can also access these through this panel, and you can add a little bit more to this. So let's see if that helps. And let's go back to height output and do a quick generate. I just wanted to throw a little bit more variation in there. And there you go. Now we kind of have something that looks more like a mountain. So I'm gonna keep it as is. You can see like the bottoms of it as well. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and bump this up to where was that? It was here. Let's make it 4K. It's gonna hopefully it won't take too long to generate. And let's go to 3D view and click generate. So the erosion is the thing that takes the longest, and I guess now that I'm committing to this, we'll see how fast it goes, and hopefully it will. But this is what I like about it, that even with a couple of with a few nodes, you're able to create this, and I think it's a pretty good result. I mean, be it if you want to do a full terrain type thing, or just like I'm doing right here, one mesh. I think it's really good. Oh, no way. I can't stay away for that long. It was just last night that I wasn't doing anything. So yeah, I need to see somebody about this condition. Well, this is not even at 1%, so I'm hoping it's just not frozen up. I was trying to do this before the stream, so I would have shown you how the thing is happening, and then oh, there it goes, 1%, 2%, 3%. Okay, it's going now. But I didn't really get a nice shape out of it, so I guess this was a little bit of a freestyle to begin with when it comes to the mountain. I didn't really put any thought into it, so I guess hopefully it's going to turn out okay once it's all said and done. So I'm actually surprised it's running pretty quick once it starts building that erosion. So it should be done here in a minute or so. And yeah, once you do this at 8K, you'll definitely get the smoother type of height map. So that's gonna help a lot in Blender to create your actual mesh. So once we're done with that, we'll do the low poly, bake the maps, and also do a little bit of texturing, just very simple texturing in Substance Painter. Throw like some kind of white material to simulate the snow on top of the mountain, and some rock looking thing. You know what? I haven't tried yet. I wanted to do it, but I haven't tried it yet. Um, from what I can read from the new Blender exporter, the B2 Cry, that thing is fixed, and I've seen some other fixes on that as well. The only problem is the Vertex Alpha doesn't work, so I've submitted a request to I believe it's still Oscon that's working on it. So hopefully they'll fix that as well. But yeah, I'd like to try that because I was really interested in it, and I think I tried it using the FBX exporter, and that didn't seem to work. So uh, I'll uh, I'll try it with B2 Cry sometime today, maybe this evening, just to confirm that it works, or at least see if it works. And yeah, so see, this thing took a little bit longer than expected, but hey, I mean, it's a 4K thing. So the only other time that we'll have a little bit of I guess a downtime would be when we do the baking in CryEngine. There'll be some moments that we'll wait for the computer to run its things. Um, well, so what I did, there's a really cool short tutorial online about custom normals, and what they do, and I guess we can just fire up Blender because I think this one's only using one thread on the processor, so it's not really taking anything. And what I do know is that there's a little bit of a if you were to add a cube, come on, cube. There's a modifier called, I believe it's data transfer. So you transfer the data from, I haven't tried that yet, sorry Hepexi. I haven't tried that. But that's definitely cool, yeah. Let me just type this in here so I'll give it a try. Yeah, but I think you did mention a different add-on last time I was on the stream, but I can't remember what was that. Was it Blend for Web? All right, we're getting closer here. Come on, 97%. Yeah, the sculpting brushes. There you go. Let me also put this in here. Excellent. Thank you. Oh no, why did it go back to 85, 90, come on. There we go, finally. Alright, so we have something that looks kind of decent. Not too shabby. Alright, let's go ahead and export this out. And for this one, what I'm gonna use, let's use a PNG file or TIFF. Let's try using with a TIFF. And let's see, where do we want to export this? Let's do here, or no, let's do and here. There we go. Guess I can't really expand that window. Thought I had something natural. There you go. Natural, mountains, and stream. Mountain. Alright, let's write this out. Oh yeah. But that's a pretty cool idea. Oh, so Blender for Web would do that. Would help you with the normals. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I should get. I need to give that a try, I guess. All right, so let's create the mountain. We'll add a mesh plane. Let's scale this 10 times. It's not very big still. It's just 20 by 20 meters. So you know we'll be able to scale it up in CryEngine, but I'm just using kind of as a point of reference. So let's add a bunch of edge loops, like maybe 1,000. And then another 1,000 this way. And actually, no, let's do it because I'm also trying to do 100 by 100 because I like this to be exportable to the engine. So right now it's at 10,000 vertices. Oh yeah, they have a custom normal editor. Very cool. I guess I'll have to give that a try. Alright, so let's add a modifier displacement. Let's do a new texture here. Open that up, and let's see, where do we have it? Somewhere in here, I think it is. Natural. Nope. Mountains. And there's our TIFF file. Whoa, that looks terrible. What's wrong with that? Let's do just a quick unwrap because we're gonna have to anyways. So let's see. We'll need the texture coordinates to change this to UV. So wow, look at that. That's some very uninspiring, unexcited mountain. But now it starts to turn more into one. So that's starting to look more like the mountain that we were looking for. And let's throw in some subdivision surface, but we want to do it before this happens. Alright, so the more we bump this up, the more we're going to get some of those details. And well, this thing might be a little too strong. Let's bring it down. I mean, it's a little too steep or high. Let's keep it somewhere around there. And right now, I'm wondering if this will get exported. But first of all, I was thinking of cutting out some of the geometry in this. So let's grab some of this kind of around here and around here, some down here, down here. Delete the faces, and I think you can still cut out some more off of this and down here. Okay, so we have something that looks like a mountain, and I'm thinking using this as a subdivision, we might be able to export it to the engine. So we'll try it out and see if it works. So let me just add an export node, and this is going to be mountain stream. And let's give it, one thing that I need to do is, and let's try this out because I haven't looked into if there's any stretching in the texture. So let's do that. Let's do, first of all, yeah, we'll kind of leave it right there. Yeah, that's good. Alright. And we can probably center it a little bit better. Like so. There you go. And so see, this is why you need to get like that. Really, it's still, you know, a little pixelated. You know, 8K would have, you know, taken care of some of that. But what I was trying to do is actually create a new image, and that being a UV grid. So now, if you look at this, you'll see that there's some stretching happening here, and we don't want that. I don't like that. So in order, we'll try to get rid of it. So to do that, let's make this as a duplicate, and we'll consider this to be the low poly, and we'll move it to the second layer. So in here, what I'll do, let's try and go ahead and let's apply this and apply the displacement. So now let's do another unwrap, and that minimized some of it, definitely did. Let's see if we can do, if we do a project from view, and that made it better, quite a lot better. It's still not perfect, and you can probably, you know, go in here and you know, if you want, you can probably throw in a like an edge. That's totally up to you, just to see if it's gonna spread it out a little better. I'm not sure if still keeping it as unwrap is gonna do. Yeah, see, that doesn't work so well. And project from view might not take into account the edge. So we'll just leave it with project from view. There seems to be a little stretching here, so I'm trying to think if there's a way to fix that. But let's make sure that it's contained to this texture space because we need that for our detail map. Okay. So yeah, there's some stretching happening here that I don't really like. I guess what you could do is if you were to throw some edges around this steeper part, that would probably help a little bit. And so if we were to remove this, Let's get rid of this one. We don't really we don't really need it. Also, let's save this because there'll be a little bit some processing happening. Okay, save that. Let's see now if we do just a regular unwrap. Well, that kind of helped a little bit, especially for the top section. So let's try doing it this way. Let's see if we do the unwrap from the top here. So project from view, and then the rest of them project from view. And now that we have this section here, we can scale this up a little bit. Select all of them. So we can fit them in there. And I'm thinking that's a little bit less stretching than before. I couldn't tell you for sure. So it's this versus this. Let's just keep it like this. You can experiment with it and see what looks better for you. Alright, so we got the low poly. Let's try and do the high poly now. So there's our low poly and then high poly. And let's bring up the count in this. And just to get a better view of how this looks, I'm gonna turn off texture solid, do matte cap, and then do an ambient occlusion. So that looks pretty good. I think we can bump it up one more, up to 4. There we go. Some of those details are definitely going to come through once we do the bake. Alright, so let's go ahead and export this. This is going to be our high poly, and it's going to take a little bit of time because it's got quite a few polygons. So this is high poly. Export it. And now we wait. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Alright, and then we have the low poly. And export this as well. That was pretty quick. Alright, let's do some baking here. Alright, let's grab our natural things, mountains, stream, and we have the low poly. There we go. And let's do a bake on this. Let's make it a 2K for stars. I just want to see how it turns out. And then the final one, we'll do it at 4K so we can get a nice detail out of it. And let's do the high poly and bake. So I think we're getting some darn nice details in the low poly. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to do that with the terrain this quick. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just throw some very basic textures on this just so that we can see the difference. Alright, so I was gonna look for some rock type stuff here. Hopefully I can find some. Maybe I don't. Let's do what can we use? Okay, some concrete maybe. And let's look at something that looks. Alright, so we'll use this concrete simple. It's kind of rocky looking thing, so I guess it would fit. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do is some snow on the mountain top, and for that I'm just going to use a plain white texture. So let's see, we want to do a fill layer, and this is just what we kind of needed there. Let's bring the roughness up, because even though snow is kind of reflective, but not extremely. It's not like metal. Alright, so there we go. And let's add a black mask to this and use a generator. For this one I might be using the ground dirt, and then we'll invert this, and let's do the height to be right there. Bring up the contrast, do it kind of like that. There we go. And let's throw this into a folder and add a white mask to it so we can just paint out the bottom of it. I don't really like that so much. And I guess we can just use the regular brush here. Alright, so we almost have a mountain going on here, which is good. One thing that I wanted to do is maybe this concrete, maybe make it a little darker. That's a little too dark. There you go, kind of like that. And change this dark color. I'm not sure if it's very obvious. Nah, not so much, I guess. Probably have to turn up the dirtiness in here. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't really do anything. So, but let's see if the cracks might give it a little bit of help. You got those streams, and let's tone down the color for the snow. Yeah, so you guys please let me know if the stream fails. I've had this happen before with these um, I don't know if it's something related to driver or something. Yeah, so please let me know if the stream just completely shoots to bed or ties on. Alright, so we have the thing at the top here. Maybe we can you know, give it a little bit more variety, and let's do I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but ooh, what do I wanted to do? Some particles, getting some particles, and we'll do some leaks. And again, this is going to be for the what do you call it? This is going to be for the texture. It's not going to be for our detail. But yeah, I definitely like the particles. How they just, you know, curve to the normal and the ambient occlusion of this. So maybe we can do a little bit around here. There we go. Okay, I'm done playing with that. Let's go ahead and export just the maps. I'm gonna hide these because they also have their own normal. So let's export these out, and here, natural mountains, and we'll put them all right there. And I'll do it like this for now because I wanted to try something. If you remember, with all the other exports, we didn't have anything for like the roughness or the color. So what I'll do is sorry, the gloss. So what I'll do, I'll export it like this. So let's do export textures as well, and this is going to be for CryEngine. One thing that I forgot, and my apologies for that. Let's switch to 4K, so we export a 4K texture out of this, and we'll also redo the baking, so we get out a little bit more quality out of those bakes. Alright, so let's go ahead and bake this, and we'll do it at 4K. It's going to take just a little bit of time. There we go. Alright, so I'll export these guys. Let's do 4K, and let's do it with CryEngine 5, and export those. Alright, export to finish, and let's hide the textures, and export the channels. So just document channels, where they are, no alpha, sure. And I guess we could have done it at 16 bits. Let's export that. Just that we might use it at 16 bits for the normal. Get a little bit more info in that. Okay, so that was completed. So now the reason I wanted to do it that way is because in the workflow to create that detail map. Oh, is it? Let me stop this, and this is back up and running. Whenever you guys can see something, can you let me know? Hopefully it's back up for you guys as well. I mean, I can see it on my screen that it seems to be running. So hopefully it's running for you guys as well. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Open Broadcaster just froze. So, all right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to. This is the gloss, right? So I'm trying to get this one as well, and try and use it. All right. So this is going to be the gloss. Oh, come on, you turd. Apologies for my foul language. But I'm not entirely sure why this one is such a drag sometimes. Alright, so we got our gloss. What else do we have? That one we don't need anymore. We have our AO, and we have a normal. So that's pretty much all we need to create our detail map. So let me pull up that document about detail mapping from CryEngine, and just to, it's probably going to take me a while before getting used to these what goes on to what channel. Okay, so first of all, in the AO, Let's duplicate the layer and Control L to bring this down to 128. Okay, so there we go. Let's create a new one, and this is going to be 4K. RGB color. Okay. You always have to fill in something because it won't let you copy it out of the way. I'm going to pull this out here. Okay, so let's start with, we need the AO bake of the sculpt. So let's see, where do we have AO? This is the AO. And we got to put that in the red channel of the detail map. So this one, let's go to channels, we'll go here. Alright. Now we need the normal map. Let's go to normal. And we need its red channel to go into our green channel here. And let's see, normal and green. There we go. Then we need the gloss map, which we were pulling out earlier. Let's see, where is it? This one. And so this is going to be we'll see if it actually, you know, some of the sections at the top are going to glow a little bit, not glow, but be a little glossy for the snow. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Alright, so let's copy this one. And it needs to go into the blue channel here. Alright, so now in the alpha, what we need here is the normal map green channel. So let's go to here and grab the green channel. And put it into the alpha of this guy. Alright, so this is how our detail map looks for our mountain. Okay. Let me save this out because you know, it crashed yesterday, so, or the other day, and hopefully it won't do it again. But natural, where's the natural? There we go. And we have mountains and stream mountains. So this is going to be mountain detail. Save. Okay. Saving that out. Good. So let's go about and export this. We already added a node to it. Yes, we have the node. Let's give it a material. So this is going to be, let's call it mountain material. Let's quickly do our little material convention, and we'll name this none. Okay, there we go. So let's toggle the console. It's going to set it to the side here, and let's export it. And where do we want to export it? Let's see. Actually, this place might be good. Objects, natural. Let's put it on the stream rocks or mountains. There we go. And export the game. And let's see. Hopefully this works. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a little too fast, and there's an error. No vertices. What's wrong with you, my friend? We might just have to go the FBX route. Actually, I haven't seen this error before. That was kind of weird. So let's do the FBX. and let's do just geometries. I haven't experimented too much with it, so Oscar, if you have a better suggestion on these settings here, please do mention it, but I'll guess I'll do it like this. Alright, that was nice. I like that. That was pretty quick. So, let's fire up CryEngine and see if we. I'm hoping that it brought everything in as properly. Alright, so let's open our asset zoo here. Yeah, so this is already some work that I've done earlier. I just need